Hi, my name is Volodin Ivan and I am a third-year PhD in AG Schubert in Friedrich-Schiller-Universität, Jena. I came from Russia right after I finished my master's studies. There I was studying in Skolkovo University of Science and Technology, shortly Skoltech. During studying there was a possibility to go to the internship and I used it. So I chose Jena University, Schubert Group to go there. So I kind of had a demo version of having a PhD in this group and I liked it a lot. So thereby I've applied to this group to have a PhD position here right before the end of my master's studies, and fortunately I was accepted. Yes, indeed, I felt completely different. When I was at the internship here, I understood that it was just 2 months and being here was kind of adventure. So I had very light attitude to everything that I was doing here. Of course, I was doing my work and doing research, but at the same time, I didn't feel that much responsibility, so I was investigating new territory, finding new people, and just spending nice time and having fun. When I came here for PhD, so Jena remained the same and the environment in the Schubert Group remained the same, pleasant for me. However, my own attitude changed to the things that I'm doing here, to my life, because I really understood that I came here to live for quite a long time, and here I started to feel some maybe more responsibility to every moment while I'm here. The superficial side of understanding of my position in this case is that it's an adventure. I came to a nice country, I'm working in a nice group, so it's again fun, same as it was during the internship, but basic thing is that I left all my roots behind me. So I didn't have access to my traditions, to my family or to my friends. I never thought that I'm a person who would feel that bad in this case, because every time you can just call your friend or family and it will go fine. But yeah, finally I got a great drop down in my motivation and energy just because I didn't have enough of access to my traditions, family and friends. So thereby I was a bit frustrated and I didn't know why. However, fortunately, finally I found out that the reason why I didn't have that much of the energy was that I just needed to build new environment around me here. So build up new friends, new connections, to meet with these people and share with my emotions. And thereby I returned to my usual energetic and motivational level and continued working with a lot of fun. Yes, of course. I would admit that it was hard to overcome this problem and to realize that I actually had this source of maybe depression. But finally, I'm living in a nice place, I'm having a nice job, and I have now communication with people that are important for me, both in Russia and in Germany. So it's kind of win situation, but before you appear in this case, I would like just to tell you in advance that you may have problems with being not able to communicate with people whom you need usually. And if you feel depressed because of that, just try to build environment around you, and in the end you would be even in bigger win than before you came to another country. Yes, of course, there were challenges, there are challenges, and I guess there will be challenges. From the first glance, it looks like all the challenges are different. However, when you come closer, I believe in basics, they are more or less same. The thing that is mostly often happening is that when you build your hypothesis, you miss something, and then your experiment doesn't work and you really has no clue why. And it can be whatever. It can be sometimes really hard to think through what will hinder your experiment this time. For example, I personally work with microelectrodes, and so the main idea is that they have a very small surface area. Me and my supervisor have built together a fancy theory to measure some parameters that we need. Unfortunately, we couldn't get result in our experiment, so it was going wrong, and we had no clue why. So finally we found out that the problem was that some fibers attached to the surface of our electrode and blocked it. So, you know, It's quite ridiculous that we have learned several years in university, have built up our knowledge, built nice theory that can describe everything, and everything looked so smart, but in the end it didn't work because we were cleaning our electrode with paper tissue in between, and fibers from there disturbed our measurement. Yeah, but it happens. So thereby PhD should have broad vision to build a lot of new hypotheses to explain why his first or nascent, you can call it whatever, theory didn't work from the first time. And he should be very patient to check all these hypotheses and to find in the end what actually hindered his experiment and to overcome this. Nonetheless, sometimes these not considered things can be not possible to overcome. So this is other problem, but this is not the end. In this case, the PhD should start to become flexible. Mostly often when you have done so many findings that you can really prove that you have reached a dead end in your project, this means that you can actually take all these findings to make a new project. But usually scientists do not see this because they are thinking about that first project and they wish to bring this to the end. But they actually can't, and this is their reality. They have to accept it and to use the things that they found on the way and to make a new project. So, for example, let us consider hypothetical person Peter, and he was making a project to make a teleport. And on the way there, he reached a dead end. So he found out that he needs a collapser to make a teleport, and he even found the way how to make this collapser and how to control it in order to make the teleport. But he was restricted by the reality because if he makes too big collapser, it will destroy Earth. Thereby he reached that end and he cannot make a teleport. So Peter is upset and he is struggling and cannot finish his project. However, if he would be flexible enough, he would find out that collapser itself is something new. It's a great discovery in the end. So he could just take it, write a paper on that and make a new project based on investigation on the properties of small collapsers. Yeah, so in this case I would just sum up that PhDs should be also flexible. So in general, most of all, you build some theory that can help you to move your project further, but you often cannot consider everything and your experiments go wrong. Thereby to overcome this, you have to have broad vision and be open-minded. If you cannot overcome your problems and you reach your dead end, you should be flexible to use your findings to build a new project. And that is the general skills that really help to move your PhD further. The other problem can be funding. So mostly often the research groups are restricted in funding and they do not have enough equipment. So sometimes a PhD have to do something really new because, you know, it is science, you have to do something new. The PhD doesn't have equipment for that, so thereby it should be bought, but the group doesn't have enough of the money, and yeah, he has to struggle and spend a lot of time on looking for pricey offers on the market or for the collaborations with other universities where they have equipment that the student needs to use for his research. Yeah, it takes a lot of time. However, in Schubert Group, the funding is really big and it's also one of the problems why I applied there. The process of ordering new things here is very simple and you can do it really fast. It takes maybe a minute after you found the thing on the market, and it saves you so a lot of time and you can just do your research. That's why I'm also very thankful to the organizational skills of the managers of our group, and I'm very thankful to them for that. Yeah, yes, of course, I love it, and I'm very thankful to Professor Schubert for organization of this research group where I am. The work here differs from work in other research groups. So Professor Schubert have built really big community with a lot of specialists that are collaborating between each other, and it inspires a lot. Also, we have technicians here. These people, so their work is to maintain the equipment that we are having here. Thereby, if a PhD has a new idea and he needs to use the new equipment, and we actually have it, for example, in this case, then he doesn't have to spend time on learning how to use it or on its maintenance. He can come to technician and ask him how, and the technician will guide him on the first steps, and then the PhD moves further. Thereby we are again saving even more time just to work on the research instead of investing time in learning how to use equipment which would be actually not described in the paper that we are going to write. And also I would like to say that we have a lot of meetings in our group. Of course, many of the scientists doesn't like to make meetings or present something because it needs presentation skills and it can be hard and frustrating. However, even despite this, I like these meetings because I have a feeling that it builds connection between all the people and specialists in our group, and it makes the collaboration even better between us. And what is more, besides the official meetings, we have unofficial ones. So often we can meet with colleagues to eat a cake at the kitchen, or we can go out for a picnic or go to the bar. So it's a great fun for me, and I guess for them also. All in all, I really like to work in Schubert Group very much, and I'm thankful that my application for PhD was accepted here. If you want to gain more information about Schubert Group and about the application process, then please visit our site in social media.